What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Catacombs. So today is going to be a little bit different. I'm not really reacting to any type of video. I just have some thoughts that I kind of want to get off my chest and share them with you guys. And so here goes. I honestly believe that the USA is not going to last much longer, especially not until the end of this century, if it keeps going the way that it's going right now. We have a hell of a lot of problems. There's still a lot of good in this country. There's still definitely a lot of good, definitely a lot of opportunities and things like that. But they are slowly being eroded, especially economically and socially and all that jazz. And I'll just give you a couple of examples from what I've seen from my point of view, from I guess you can call it a layman's point of view. Maybe obviously I don't have all of the pieces to the puzzle, but from what I'm seeing, it's just not a good look, man. This U.S. is not going to be the same going forward. It just keeps getting bad, keeps getting worse. You know, other countries are looking at us and they're going to beat us. It's going to happen. Right now, we have a very powerful military. That's true. But the military is only as powerful as the citizens are. And so if the citizens that the military is pulling from are weak-ass people, which Americans are becoming more and more weak, not just physically or culturally, but mentally as well. Like I said in one of my video before, that the testosterone levels for modern men in this country, especially just Western countries, period, but the U.S. specifically, is a lot less. It's a lot less compared to the men that were 30 and 40 years ago. The testosterone levels were way higher back then. They're very low right now amongst younger men. That's the craziest part. In this society that we are in right now, a lot of men have been emasculated. You know, we're not just talking about the black community. The black community right now is a matriarch. It's not a patriarch, which is why I don't understand a lot of black women who are feminists talking about the patriarchy. What the hell are you talking about? There's no patriarchy in the black community. The black community is ran by women. That is a fact. You have 75 to 80% of the kids in the black community being born out of wedlock to single mother households. End of story. So the boys that are growing up in those single mother households are growing up to be emasculated, very weak men. And now the women that those boys are growing up with are pissed off that they don't have any strong women. Like Cardi B said in one of her songs that, "I'm going to tell your mother that she raised a bitch." Well, she did. She raised a bitch. She raised a guy that's going to be emasculated, that look at women as the leaders of everything. Hell, even I had a problem with that before I started living with my father. I look into women to always hold things down, because for a good portion of my life as a young kid, I only seen women in positions of authority, and the only men that I saw in any type of positions of authority were white men. So let that sink in for a second. Okay. So that's one aspect that is going to hurt the U.S. as a whole. And it's not just the black community. We're now seeing it in every other community where women are being held up and men are being told to shut the hell up and just get out the way, all this other stuff. But what country in any kind of history that you have read has been successful where women have been the ones who were running the show? I'll wait. Time's up. I can't think of any, and I know damn well you can't think of any. So let's just keep going. So other countries are looking at the U.S. They're looking at us and laughing. Why are they laughing? Because we're trying to figure out what bathroom you can use. We're trying to figure out, if you feel like a woman, then you are a woman. Never mind the fact that you produce sperm and not eggs. You're a woman because you decided that you are a woman now. You identify as a woman, so you are a woman. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. It just doesn't. As a woman too, if you identify as a man, then you are a man. That doesn't make any sense. You have a ovaries and you produce eggs. You don't produce sperm, so you are not a man. I don't understand where we got this concept from in the last 10 years, but this is starting to really ramp up. And I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm really not. I'm really not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm not trying to be an a-hole. I'm just not trying to be that. But facts are facts. And we have to understand that. And we in the U.S. right now, we're allowing all of these dumbass ideas to come into play, while every other country that's trying to displace us, that's trying to be better than us, namely, China, they are not dealing with those types of issues. Now, right now, economically, China is dealing with some craziness right now, from what I've read. They're dealing with some craziness over on their end when it comes to economics, but they're not dealing with, okay, you are a woman because you identify as a woman. Okay, cool. They're not dealing with those things. In fact, in a lot of countries outside the U.S., there are kids who are learning certain types of math 4 and 5 years earlier than American students. Like America, we're doing, in the U.S., we're doing geometry and calculus in the 11th and 12th grade and stuff like that. Whereas in some other countries, they're doing that in elementary school or in middle school. They're doing it way earlier. Like everything in the U.S. seems to be kind of just going backwards from what I've been looking at. It's just going backwards. I've seen some young kids learning new ways of doing multiplication or division or add and subtract. I'm like, what the hell why is it another step? What are all these extra steps? The way I learned was just, 1, 2, 3. But now they got a whole complicated situation to get to the same answer that we got to 20 years ago. That's the craziest thing. I don't understand it. We have a weak populace. We have a weak men. Who are you? Who the hell is this country going to call on? You're gonna when things hit the fan, and I wholeheartedly believe things will hit the fan at some point. Now, at some point things do hit the fan, but I do believe it's going to be in my lifetime. I'm going to see it. If you're listening to this video and nothing terrible happens to you, you're going to see it too. It's going to be a problem, and I don't understand why this isn't being spoken about more often. I just don't get it. Let me know in the comment section what you've been seeing. Let me know in the comment section if you actually kind of understand where I'm coming from. There's a lot of weak people, not just men, but weak people in general. Weak women, weak men, and weak children. Okay? I just saw an article. I just saw a video now where a woman says why she quit teaching Gen Z. I know why she quit. I knew why she quit before the video even started. These kids nowadays are they're just disrespectful, and you can't tell them anything. You can't discipline them. She was saying in her video that you can't even send these kids to detention without having your job or you as a teacher being in jeopardy, or you as a teacher getting in trouble. You can't send them to detention. You can't tell them not to use their phones. You can't tell them you just can't. You can't tell them to do anything. Nothing. Gen Z is a problem. So I'm really at a loss right now. Like, how the hell do we get out of this type of situation in this country? I mean, as bad enough black people already have the issues that we have, but we're going to add in more of the nonsense that's going on now. The gender thing, the trans thing, I mean, now we have this gun violence thing. Y'all tell me, there's something weird about that. All in 2020, I didn't hear anything about gun violence, mass shootings, and things like that. But then all of a sudden, as we get closer and closer to the election, to the midterms, all of a sudden, we get mass shooting after mass shooting after mass shooting. Something don't feel right about that. Now, I don't have a whole lot of information when it comes to that, the whole gun thing. I got to read up on it. But I'm just saying, from the outside looking in, just from a quick glance, it's like, something don't seem right. And I'm afraid to really poke at the bear a little bit to really try to figure out more information on it, because I might not like what I find. That's how it normally goes. You're not going to like what you find when you start poking at. If you're looking for something wrong, you're going to find it. Right or wrong? Let me know in the comment section. If you're looking for something wrong, you will find it. That's just how it goes. But anyway, I'm not going to go too much further into this rant. Something's wrong. Something's off. Something needs to be fixed. Every solution that these politicians come up with just doesn't seem to work. There's a lot of old ass politicians that are in. I don't even think that. I can't even say that our politicians are like real leaders. They're just a bunch of people on Capitol Hill that doubles as a nursing home, in my opinion. It's Capitol Hill doubles as a nursing home because there's so many older people in there, like the boomer generation. Y'all need to go. Okay, Generation X, you did what you can, but I don't know if you guys can do it either. The oldest millennials, the ones who are in their 40s right now, y'all are y'all are too close to Gen X, which was too, and Gen X was too close to the baby boomers. Something, it just needs to be a clear, just a cleaning of the house or whatnot. But in all honesty, since we spent the last 25, 30 years weakening every graduating class from high school, I'm not sure what can be done when it comes to that. There's a lot of weak people out there, you know? But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I don't want this rant to go on too much longer than that. Make sure y'all comment in the comment section. I want to know what y'all think. I can't possibly be the only one thinking like this. Until the next one, y'all be easy.